Everything that we do in life is a value exchange. And I learned this a long time ago, but I didn't understand it until just a few years ago. I thought everything was about making money, paying the bills, getting the things, having something that I never had as a child. And that's what I was here for. Somebody has to be hated in the world. Because if you're going to have love, you got to have hate, right? What value is in love if there isn't hate? That was my position. That was my purpose within the world. Someone had to hate somebody. So I raised my hand. Why not me? At that point, I didn't know that that would be the weight that would crush me. But it also taught me something about who I was. Although the world hated me, somebody needed me. Now, I'm happy to let everybody know that I am a black lesbian woman who's pregnant and in love with my husband. But how many of you believe that? I want you to acknowledge today that just for the next few minutes or so, you're going to be willing to accept what I say only long enough to say, is this relevant to me, and will it help me move forward? Because if you think about it and you accept what can, it will transform the direction and the trajectory of your life. I realized that the people that I would run into are actually amazing. Are there any amazing people in this room? Yes. Take your hand, tap yourself on the chest and say, I am amazing. I am amazing. It's your mind. No one can control your mind without your permission, including you. I will give you permission if you feel you don't have it, because somebody better tell you. But all I gotta say, I'm sorry. You know, but the important thing is that you get to control your mind. I was so proud of her. And I was hurt because I said, okay, I missed something in my demonstration here. She missed something, and then I thought, no, she learned everything because she's just learning what she sees. And the job that I took after that and choices that I made, I was not there to be for them. I was not an example to them. They didn't have a dad. What is the evidence? Do you believe it because you feel that way? Or is there evidence? Is there something that actually supports that? I found that most of the things that I believed, both good and bad, had absolutely no evidence in life whatsoever. I had a moment. He says, you look like your man has got some stories. He says, that sandwich ain't free, son. Tell me some stories. And he says, before you go, I got something for you. And he gets up and he goes in the other room and he comes back and hands me an envelope that was folded in half. He says, now son, you do this. He says, I want you to put this away. He says, I got a note inside there. When you can't go on, when you're ready to give up and you feel you can't take another step on your own, I want you to read my note. He said, but promise me, don't open it until you hit that point. He says, I hope you take it to the grave. So I started to say, what exactly does this work with? So through my love of psychology and how the mind works when I was a kid, I started to watch for the patterns in my life. And I realized that there was a specific pattern that was followed that got me the beliefs. Those in authority would use an emotional trigger to anchor the repetition of what they wanted me to believe. They'd get me emotionally involved and went, wait, how do I make myself the dominant authority in my life? As I tell everybody, I want you to remember that there is beauty, there is grace, and there is greatness within each one of you. Let's unleash it in the world today.